Hey guys, this is Nathan Simmons, and on this video, I'm going to be explaining to you the information that is on your lead's info. Okay, so for the mobile version, on a previous video, I've actually kind of showed what some of this information looks like just on the page that you're seeing now. But what I'm going to show specifically, if you were to click on a lead, from your lead screen, and so the example I'm going to use is Andrews Paving and Construction. Whenever you click on the lead, this is the information of the business that I just clicked on. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be covering today. So first off, if you notice on my screen, up at the top, it kind of has like a dominoes tracker that's an indication at what stage this lead is specifically. So it's kind of just a quick indication to kind of see where it's at in the process. Also, you'll notice that beneath that Domino's tracker, there is a declaration of when this lead will expire. So this lead for this video, it expires on April 12th. So if you're ever unsure of when a lead is going to expire, all you have to do is click on the lead itself, and it will tell you the exact date of expiration that you could expect. Just beneath that is a digital postcard where you could actually send a pre-filled communication through email directly from your mobile device. Now, I'm not going to cover that on this video. That will be something that is covered in another video. But beneath that, there is a next activity section. And in this area, that is where any activity that you have set to happen for maybe a specific business, that is where it would appear. So if you've scheduled an activity to occur, for instance, you might have scheduled a phone call, or you might have put something in the calendar to remind you to call them, then it would show up in this next activity uh, area. It would also show up, say, if you had an appointment with this client. Any activity that is planned to happen that you have set in your calendar, it would show up if you have something that is upcoming. But also, a piece of this that I think is very important, because this is something that you should get in the habit of looking at whenever you download leads, is viewing the activity history. Because when you click view activity history, it will actually show you any activity that has ever been done on that specific lead. Now, obviously, it doesn't necessarily mean that there hasn't been appointments ran or phone calls done on the group, but as far as it being recorded and logged in Agent Assist. So you can see once I clicked on the activity history for this lead that according to this, now again, this is on the training environment, so this may not be the real actual depiction of this lead, but I claimed this lead on April 8th, and I haven't made any phone calls on it. I haven't done anything to this specific lead yet. So, according to Agent Assist, there has not been any activity ever done on this specific lead. So, sometimes that can, benefit you just viewing that to see, maybe there was an appointment that they ran with with another agent previously, and maybe it was a month ago, 2 months ago. So just knowing that information going into reaching out to them can and kind of help you on how to approach them and kind of know hey, they just finished talking with somebody. So also just beneath that, right here, if you need to quickly add an activity that you completed, say maybe you just did a phone call, you can click call and then mark the results. Or maybe you did a drop on this business, you could do it right there. Same thing for if you need to add a meeting that you either ran or you need to schedule, you can do it there as well. And also, maybe you sent an email to the client and you want to notate that, you can do that there. So scrolling down a little bit further, it's got the CEO, or the supposed decision maker, is Donna Russell for this group. It'll say there who the primary contact is. Also has the company's phone number. You can actually click the phone number immediately from the screen, and it will take you to the phone call. All right, so if you click that, it'll take you to that. That is going to be something I'll cover in another video. You can also, right here where it says plan route, if the address is on the lead, and most of the ones that you download will be there. If you click the address, it will take you for an iPhone, it will take you to your Apple Maps, and you can get directions just by doing that. You can also schedule a meeting, or that's where if you want to just quickly add a meeting, you could do that there. Scrolling down a little bit further, this is where all the company's information will be located. Some of this is going to be useful for you, others will not be. So you can see there's the business name, there's address, there's sales volume, which really we don't care about, but this also tells you how many employees this company has. If you notice there, it says total employees is 20, and it also says employees here is 20, which indicates that they, in this whole company, according to Dun& Bradstreet, there's only 20 employees, and there's also 20 here at this location, which means this is probably the only location that this company has. All right. So if for whatever reason any of the information that you see here needs to be corrected, whether it be an incorrect address, a phone number, or maybe even the name of the decision maker, you can actually, where it says edit vitals, you can hit edit vitals, and then you can actually edit any of this information however you need to, or if maybe the information is missing. And also down at the very bottom, if for some reason one of the clients that you have or that you've went and downloaded or you've had to input yourself, if one of those businesses, say, is a referral that you received, you can actually mark that business as a referral. All right. So just something to be aware of there. Scrolling down a little bit further, the last few things here is you have the availability to add an additional contact for each specific business should you choose to add somebody, maybe that you want to log information that you spoke to a specific person other than the CEO or the decision maker who is listed. So for instance, I could add a new contact and I type in the name of maybe Sarah Jones, who might be the receptionist at the place. Okay. And so, if there's certain times maybe I talk to her or do a drop or, just anything that I want to record that has happened, you could certainly do that. And so you can put in the email if that person's got a specific email or a phone number or a cell phone. You can even scan their business card on the mobile device if they have their own. And so it could be, different people that you might, want to put in here. Just, the scenarios can be so different. But you can also, if one of these four pre-selected titles does not work for what maybe a contact you're wanting to add, all you've got to do is hit other, and you can add whatever their title is by typing it in. So just for this example, I'm just going to save this. Let's say somebody named Sarah Jones is the receptionist, and I want to add them. So anytime I call and I want to mark that I talked specifically to Sarah, I could do so. And then you also have a note section, which is just going to be general notes that you can put in there should you need to or should you choose to do so. And then also the very last two, you can actually, as I've mentioned in previous videos, if for some reason you need to request an extension on this lead. So let's say, for instance, this lead I've got until 4/12, but maybe, maybe I've went and ran an appointment with this client and the client wants to meet again, but they don't want to meet again for, say, 2 to 3 months. Well, that would be a reason that I would request an extension because I'm still actively working that lead. However, that lead is probably going to expire prior to those 2 or 3 months passing. So all I've got to do is hit request an extension and then pick the date that I need the extension till and the reason for the request. And that request gets sent immediately to your manager that is directly above you, whether it be your ADM or DGA. Okay, and then last thing, if for some reason that you need to abandon a lead, that you want to get it out of your app and no longer want it to be in your pipeline, for whatever reason, you can hit abandon lead and then select the reason as to why you want to abandon the lead, and then it will be removed from your pipeline. The only thing that I will mention is if for some reason that you're going to mark a lead as an existing Colonial Life account, if you come across one that is in this app by mistake, as soon as you mark it as an existing Colonial account, it will get removed from the app. So just something to be aware of. So that's really it on this lead screen. For the most part, very simple and very easy to understand, but I think it's very important for you guys to know the different things that you can add to help you kind of just understand what you're looking at, because you know everything that I talked about here does not necessarily have to be used unless you feel like it needs to be. So you do what is best for you and what is going to keep you organized and something that you can make sense of. So hopefully this helped you in some way, and hope to see you on another video.